All right, I am going to read chapter 6 of Looking for Home. Chapter 6, The Perfect House. Grandma, Brienne cried. She was standing up on a kitchen chair, hiding her face in her hands. Make them kill those things. Oh, Emily squealed. Look how high it can hop. It was so loud and screamy in that room, I could hardly think. I squished the frog into my pocket and then pounced on the cricket. I ran back to Grandma Jan's chair. She opened the lid of the container again. Just a crack, and I dumped the creatures inside. We're so sorry, Grandma Jan, Liz was saying. We just wanted to help you. Grandma Jan spoke calmly. Girls, get a hold of yourselves. Get down from those chairs. Micah has caught the critters now. Everything is safe. We'd better go now, said Liz. She grabbed my hand and walked quickly to the door. Thank you, Liz and Micah, said Grandma Jan. I looked back over my shoulder at her. She was holding the oatmeal container close in her arms, and she was smiling again now. Her eyes looked all crinkly and happy. Please come again, you two, soon. This old place needs the excitement. Liz scolded me all the way home. Micah, you shouldn't have taken the lid all the way off, she said. You should have known they'd get out. Brienne and Emily probably hate us now. I don't care, I said. I didn't think much of Brienne and Emily either. I sure was glad Liz wasn't screamy like they were about bugs and frogs. But if we scare the girls away, they'll never come to see Grandma Jan anymore, said Liz. Oh, I thought about that for a while. I didn't want Grandma Jan to be lonely. We've got to think of a better idea, said Liz. One that won't cause any trouble for anybody. We spent the afternoon inside since we couldn't go out by the pond. We sat at the table and drew treasure maps. I made mine look like the picture of Grandma Jan's farm. I drew the 2 porch lights shining. I drew a big red X out in one of the fields. How would you all like to go look at a house tonight? Asked Dad after supper. Where is it? Asked Liz. It's here in this neighborhood, said Dad. It's on Ashdale Street. It's got a big front yard and 3 bedrooms. You kids could have your own rooms. That sounded great to me. Right now, I was sleeping on a bed that pulled out of the couch in the living room. It was a fun place to sleep, but my own room, like I'd had in Michigan, might be even better. We drove to Ashdale Street after supper. The house was gray with a black door. I went upstairs to look at the room that might be mine. The roof sloped on one side. I would want my bed under the sloping part, right by the window. I looked out the window at the backyard. It was big. It didn't have a pond, of course, but it had lots of trees. Maybe we could put up a tire swing. Mrs. Reeves, the lady who was helping us find a house, was there. Mom and Dad talked to her till it started to get dark. Liz and I mostly spent the time trying to catch fireflies. I caught a great big one. Its light was so bright that it could have been a flashlight. It would be the perfect house for us, Mom said to Dad on the way home. I opened my cupped hands to peek at my firefly. He didn't seem to want to light up anymore. Maybe he was sad that I had taken him away from his home. I thought about the pond and the buried treasure and the frogs and Grandma Jan and even those pesky geese and my pull-out bed. All of a sudden, I wasn't so sure I wanted that perfect house.